Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to show you the safest and most effective way to play pure Centurion in this format. With the release of several powerful cards from the ROTA set, like the new Charmy and Dominus Impulse, Tenpai is emerging as one of the strongest decks right now. What's amazing about Tenpai is its ability to run a huge number of hand traps while still effectively using Shifter. In this format, Centurion stands out as a fantastic meta pick. Not only can it function smoothly under Shifter, but also handles the new Charmy cards better than most competitive decks out there. One of the best approaches is playing pure Centurion, which only summons a single card from the extra deck, keeping your opponent's advantage in check. While Centurion might seem straightforward, it offers a variety of combos and strategies that can be very effective. In this video, I'll break down the optimal way to summon the new level 8 Synchro Centurion Primus and demonstrate how you can use Duality to push through nearly anything your opponent can throw at you. First, I'll walk you through some of the powerful combos Duality can achieves when being interrupted. Then I'll show you some replays featuring those combos. And finally, I'll break down the deck profile, explaining the choice in detail, so stay tuned. To get started with combo number 1, this combo will use Primera. Most of these combo will start with Primera, but of course, all the Centurion starters, the Field Spell, Emblema, Primera, or Trudea, all can lead to the same route. You just have to figure it out. It's not that difficult, and I'll leave that to you guys. But we'll start most of these combos with Primera and show you what Duality can bring to the table. So to get started, we'll start with the Primera, and we'll use our effect. And this is where it's very important. If the opponent targets Primera to negate with anything, you can chain Duality to avoid that target, such as Effect Veiler or Imperm. And this is what I mean by the safest way to play. So let's say they Imperm here, you chain Duality to summon Camion Wizard, which is a level 4 spellcaster, dark spellcaster. From here, you were able to get the search off Primera, which in most of the times is very necessary for Primera's effect to go off, especially if you guys are playing the hand trap build. So we got to the field spell, and we'll continue to combo off. Thanks to Duality, we'll push through one interruption. And thanks to Atri, now we have another tuner to get into our Centurion Primus. Primus will of course search Emblema Oath, which will let us extend all the way. Here for this first combo, I'll show it with Centurion Chimera. We'll synchro into Auxilla, use Auxilla to get our second search. And with the release of Primus, this card became way better than it used to be. It was already very good, but now this card leads to another synchro just on its own. And I'll show you guys here how it's done. You'll use the effect summon a level 4 token. This is important because you will send the trap to Reborn Primus. And we could go into Crimson Dragon. If you're going to play pure, I highly recommend trying out Synchro Rumble. This is what we searched off, Crimson Dragon. And now we could synchro into Cosmic Blazar. Use Rumble to get back Atri and get our free draw. And we could get another draw Thanks to Duality's graveyard effect, by returning one light and one dark monster, you can return your Kami Wizard back into the deck in case you draw another Duality in a grind game. We got 2 draws off this combo for our first turn. And now you have Chimera, which is a negate, a monster negate. And you'll get another monster negate with another Cosmic Blazar. And this should be the end board. 2 Cosmic Blazars with a monster negate. This is what we use. Also remember, if any of your cards leave the field by an opponent, you can always bring back Primus from the grave. So, Chimera works as a substitution effect, so it can affect other unaffected monsters if that other comes up. Similar to how Phantom of Yubel works, but it has to be chain link 2 or higher. Alright, getting started with combo number 2. Again, we'll start with the same open in hand. Just a reminder, you guys can do this combo with almost any of the Centurion starters. So we've used our Primera. She gets interrupted by Imperm or Effect Veiler. We can use Duality to push through that by summoning Kami Wizard. We'll use the Field spell, place Trudea. Use Trudea's effect to place herself in Atri. And we can use now Atri to go into Primus, get Emblema Oath. Similar to the other combo, but the end board will differ slightly. Instead of Chimera, we set Gargoyle. This will lead us to an extra draw if you do not want the negate from Chimera. It will be Chainlink 1, Auxilla, get us, Wake Up, and Chainlink 2, Gargoyle to add back to hand. Now we'll summon a 4 token, mill Phalanx, and get into our Crimson Dragon. Remember, we use our Crimson Dragon to get us Rumble, which pluses us a lot with this deck, thanks to Atri's effect of drawing cards. And now here's where it differs. You can use Gargoyle's in-hand effect to special summon and go into another Synchro 12, getting ourselves another draw. And we still have Duality in the grave to shuffle back Kami Wizard and Primera to get us our third draw. We could place both of our monsters, Atri and Gargoyle. On opponent's turn, we'll get our fourth draw and get our second Omni Negate. Go into Crimson, get our free draw. Gargoyle add back to hand. Go into another Cosmic Blazar. Now your hand is loaded with 2 Omni Negates on the field. In an end phase, you could just place back whatever you used in the graveyard, and you still have Primus in the graveyard to bring back. Here's combo number 3. Again, it starts the same way with Primera. If she gets interrupted, we can chain Duality. Again, this is a good way to push through Imperm or Effect Veiler. Summon Kami Wizard. This line will be very similar, but this line will be a lot safer, and I'll show you guys how. Get Atri to the back row. Go into Primus. Primus Grabus Emblema. Here we could get Chimera. We're going for the safe play, so we don't really need Gargoyle. We'll do Auxilla to add us Wake Up. And now we can summon a level 4 token. Mill, Phalanx. Use Duality to get our free draw. And here is where it differs. If you're afraid of Nibiru, you can, at this point, just go in face and forget about getting a Cosmic Blazar. No, you can, if your opponent Nibirus during the end of main, you still have Phalanx to bring back Auxilla. However, you will lose out on one Cosmic Blazar. And you're losing out on a couple of draws, but that's fine if you want to play as safe as possible. If you were able to go through, and they were just bluffing on Nibiru the whole time, you can still use Phalanx during the end phase to special Primus. And here, we can go into Crimson, get our Rumble, then go into Blazar during our end phase. And Auxilla will set. Again, if they Nibiru'd, you won't have the Blazar during the end of your turn because you will have to reborn Auxilla with Phalanx. But if they bluffed it and you still went through end phase, you could just bring back Primus to go into your Cosmic Blazar. And this is the safest way to play through Nibiru. And you have Rumble for extra recovery if you're able to survive, which this deck can do very well. So here we'll attempt to go for our second Cosmic Blazar. Get our free draw and go for our second Cosmic Blazar. Remember, we still have Primus. One thing to note, during your end phase, you could have set Chimera instead of Atri before you summon the Cosmic Blazar, and just summoned it and wait for your opponent to have a Channeling 2 or higher to get Atri into rotation and go into a Cosmic Blazar. However, if your opponent knows what this card do, it's very unlikely they'll play into it, so the safest option is to set Atri to go into your second Cosmic Blazar. This is what the combo used. Alright, here is combo number 4. We'll start the same. And let's say the opponent does not interrupt your Primera, and you have a Duality. What can you do with it? I'll show you guys a cool option to have. You'll do the same combo. Go into Primus, grab Oath, use Oath, get Gargoyle out. Make sure Gargoyle is a level 4 to go into Auxilla. And Chainlink 1 Auxilla, Chainlink 2 Gargoyle will add back to hand, and Auxilla will search Wake Up. Here, we'll use Wake Up, summon a level 4 token, drop Phalanx, use Phalanx to bring back, and go into Crimson Dragon, which searches Synchro Rumble. And go into our Cosmic Blazar. Here we should be very safe to continue playing. This is where it differs. Here, we will bring back Primus instead of Atri. Set Duality. and go ahead. So, I recommend saving Duality until all your interruptions are used up, or after they Dark Ruler do or Droplet, you still have Duality as a backup. So Duality will tribute Primus to summon Dragoon. Here I just shotgunned it in the draw phase, just to show it as quickly as possible, but again, I would recommend holding Duality as your last interruption. So use your first Cosmic Blazar, go into your second, if they Droplet, or do anything to interrupt you, you still have Duality to go into Dark Dragoon, which is another negate. Now we'll do the Cosmic Blazar line. Again, this line is very good into Tenpai because they will have a lot of annoying cards to break your board, such as Raigeki, Lightning Storm, or Droplets. So remember, the safest way is to hold Duality last. In face, we could get back Atri. And we should have a good follow-up from here. This is combo number 5, and the last combo I'll be showcasing today. And again, it starts very similar to the other combos. However, if you do not want to summon Primus, and you want to play this as safe as possible, what can Duality do for you? Here we'll do the standard combo. To Gargoyle. And straight ahead into Auxilla. You don't have to get into Primus. You want to play this as safe as possible. Here, I'd like to point out, if they impermed or try to negate your Auxilla, you can use Duality's effect to tribute Auxilla and go into Crimson Dragon. And now your Auxilla search to the Wake Up. Crimson Dragon, search Synchro Rumble. Use Wake Up, summon it, level 8 token. We don't need a level 4 because we don't have Primus in rotation. Mill Phalanx, go in phase. So if they Nibiru'd here, it's completely fine. You still have Phalanx to get back Auxilla. Auxilla will set a card during the end phase, and you could play on your opponent's turn. However, if they don't, you could go in phase, Auxilla, bring back with Phalanx, then Synchro into Cosmic Blazar. And Auxilla can place your Phalanx. Now we'll attempt to go for our second Blazar. Primera searched bonds. And this is a very sticky board. You could just sit on your 4K Cosmic Blazars until it's absolutely necessary to use them, and just try to survive until your next turn, because you have a lot of follow-up with Synchro Rumble and Bonds. And you have Duality to shuffle back your Auxilla if it was removed from play. If it was, destroyed. Here's the profile for the safest pure Centurion build. I play 3 Primera, which is the best starter, with 3 Trudea. Trudea can play under Shifter if you draw her, or Oath. I play 1 Atri, 1 Chimera, and one Gargoyle, with my second level 8 being Wake Up Centurion. Play 3 Emblema Oath. You can play the other Emblema, Salvation, if you'd like. However, I did not find it as helpful in testing. I play 3 Stand Up, 3 Field Spell, and 3 Duality, which keeps a lot of your combos extremely safe, with 1 Field Spell to maximize the consistency. And the important one-ups are 1 Synchro Rumble, because it's a free search off Crimson Dragon, 1 Bonds, this is not mandatory, as well as Chimera. You can drop these for maybe a Pot of Prosperity in another hand trap, but I like to have my options available. And I play 1 Phalanx. Phalanx is very mandatory for this deck, and I would recommend playing it a second Phalanx over a Bonds. Or if you want to cut down on the hand traps, you could play a second Phalanx. For the hand traps, played 17 hand traps. Again, this could be more if you wanted to slim down the deck by cutting Chimera and Bonds. And you could play up to 19 hand traps, but I played 17 with 3 Nibiru, 3 of the new Charmy, 2 Ghost Mourner, in case I get Shifter. I still have options under Shifter. Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, which does not work under Shifter unfortunately, and Impermanence. All really good hand traps in this format. For the extra deck, I play 1 Moon Maiden with 1 SP Little Knight. You can go into Moon Maiden, which makes the effect to banish life for SP. You can also consider playing Spheres, which is a very good option in case you get debarriered. You can have Gargoyle and Atri go into Sphere. Play 2 Primus because you can use 1 as a combo starter and a second one to destroy any card on the field, which comes up a lot, especially if the opponent summons Typhon and you want to get rid of it. This is a good option. I play 1 Auxilla. It's not necessary to play more, plus with Duality you can recycle back a lot of your extra deck cards, so you don't have to worry that much. 2 Legatia, which is excellent for the grind game. 2 Crimson Dragon, which is the safest way to play it now, with 3 Cosmic Blazars. I found Cosmic Blazars the best option for Crimson Dragon. You can play 2 and consider Supernova, however, I've been enjoying Cosmic Blazar a lot. And if you manage to summon your third one, you basically won the game. Play 1 Kami Wizard and 1 Dragoon. Good options for Duality. This side deck can be anything you want, but for going first option, I play 3 Tactics with 3 Deck Lockdown because this deck can play very, very well under this card. And some Board Breakers with 3 Droplet, 3 Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, and a Duster. You can swap some of these with a Cosmic Cyclone if you'd like. But yeah, this is the deck. I've enjoyed it a lot and been testing it. Again, in testing, I found that Bonds and Chimera doesn't come up as much. So if you wanted to cut them, I would consider playing a second Phalanx and maybe a Pot of Prosperity. Here's a replay against Tenpai Dragon using this deck. Started with the Primera. Primera unfortunately got negated. I have the field spell with the extender. Go into Trudea. Trudea go into Gargoyle. Make a level 4 Gargoyle. Go into Primus, add back Gargoyle, and grab the Emblema. Emblema will get Chimera into rotation. Here I could synchro into Auxilla, and it will grab me Wake Up, which is a 1-card Cosmic Blazard after setup. Here I will search Synchro Rumble, then Chainlink 2, go into Cosmic Blazar. I've managed to do all this under 2 hand traps, even though I negated one of them with my own Ash Blossom. Here, they start with their Quick Play, Sengen Kaiman, and a draw phase. To play around draw, they go into the Field Spell. I want to get Chimera into the monster zone as quick as possible, in case her effect comes up. So, quick note, you guys might think this is not the best optimal play, and I should have set Gargoyle instead. However, you don't have to go into another Crimson Dragon, and you could just directly go into Primera Primus in their battle phase, which will destroy one of their cards. So I special Primera to get the free search, and this is where they misplayed. They chained Ginroku, and I was able to negate it by placing my Gargoyle. And now I should be able to go into another Cosmic Blazar. However, again, I kind of misplayed and let him play, but that's completely fine. Because Primus will come back, and again, if they had more cards, I could have summoned Gargoyle, make him a level 4, go into Legatia, which will give me another draw. And that was the end of game 1. This was game 2. Unfortunately, the game crashed and destroyed the replay. But they started off with a Charmy, and I had to play it very safe. I had my Duality and an Ash to back it up. However, they were still able to use Droplet to negate a lot of my cards. And this game 2, unfortunately, I lose. However, I was able to bring back Primus, which helped me survive for a little bit, but they still have Kiwi Belt to get rid of it. They summon the Rose Dragon to banish my whole field. This is game 3 against the Tenpai Dragon player. He activated double Maul Charmy Aurelia, the one that if you summon from the hand, they will draw a card. Unfortunately for them, Centurion does not need to summon from the hand. I could play completely without summoning any cards from the hand. I activated Terraforming to try to bait out a hand trap, which it didn't have. Sent an Emblema to get Trudea, which does not use the normal summon if you go for the Trudea line. Primera, grab the Wake Up, make a Synchro 4, go into Primus, search another Emblema, put Atri, get the draw off Atri, go into Auxilla, grab Bonds, send Phalanx, So here I wanted to go in phase and have Phalanx in the graveyard in case they had Nibiru as well. I can at least bring back my Auxilla. And I also had Bonds to bring back my Primera in case my Auxilla got banished, distilled, or DD-crowed. I want it to be as safe as possible. And I did the whole combo while they hand looped their self for 2. Did not give them a single draw. Here during the end phase, I used Duality to go into Crimson Dragon. You guys seen it earlier in the replays. And now I can use Phalanx to bring back Auxilla, search my Synchro Rumble for follow-up, and go into... Here I misplayed by using this early, which I did not need to set Atri, because Auxilla would have set Atri either way. And now on their turn, they activated Full Loss, which is actually bad for me because I would have to summon Crimson Dragon, then go into another Cosmic Blazar, which gives them 2 draw, so I try to Ash it ASAP. However, they had a second one. This is how insane their hand was. So I will have to play on under 1 Full Loss during their turn. I go for Atri to get another draw. Here I would go into Crimson. Fortunately, I gave them 2 draw, but it's fine. I still had an extra Oath, which allowed me to bring out Chimera. Here they summoned Typhon. What they wanted to do is for me to negate a summon. However, they had a full hand, which would have been bad for me. So I called their bluff, let them keep the Typhon, which stopped them from summoning anymore. And they got rid of only one of my Cosmic Blazars. The battle phase destroyed my Chimera. Their turn, I summoned Primera to search a free card. They negated my Cosmic Blazar, which made me think they have Nibiru. So I went for Primus to get rid of their Typhon by destroying the field spell and Typhon. Here I try to go for another Cosmic Blazar. And I wanted to make another body in case they had anything in the back row that I should be afraid of. I can at least negate it with 1 Cosmic Blazar and still have enough damage to attack for game. Here I was able to get up to 3 draws, just so I can see some, like, Ash or any good hand trap. Here I Ashed it, but I could have used Cosmic Blazar and still had enough damage on board. And this is it, guys. If you found this video interesting, please leave a like. And if you have any suggestions on how to improve this deck, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Later, guys.